Starting recording and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hello, my name is Boris.
What?
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3.
This is gonna be a disaster. I think the
It is,
synchronization of this sound, but that's okay.
but we don't need it. Why do we need it? It's just a thing, isn't it?
Tradition.
It just have to happen.
You just have to have it. Yeah,
So,
continue, finish that sentence.
hi Tomas.
Hi, Boris.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What is the weather back there?
Mild. Plus, I don't know. I think between +7 and 10 or something. Yeah, it's not. But it is like that in Tallinn as well, almost, right? I read this week.
It's approximately +1, +2 around that area.
So I assume you are loving it, right? It's nicely melted.
And
then it will solidify into ice.
It's actually, I don't mind this weather. It's better than the minus. I mean, I've been living here for a long time.
You've been living and bitching there,
yeah. But, my friend, what made you smile?
Well, I drove home without any issues. That was nice, and I enjoyed this 2 days drive, coming from Tallinn back to Hungary. That was good. The other thing that made me smile is, as it turns out, there is a swimming pool nearby that opens early in the morning, so I can actually go to swim in the morning, just like I do in Tallinn. I didn't realize. I thought it's only in the afternoon, and to me, when I go to the gym in the afternoon, that's usually means I don't go to the gym, because it's like, I don't know. If I don't do it in the morning, then you are just too lazy in the afternoon. At least that's me. So I'm happy that it is. This is not the case, although it's a small town, so between Christmas and New Year, everything closes down, so I won't be able to go between the holidays, but it's still good. And again, I had a third one, which I forgot, so I guess...
You're like Victor Borge. You know, Victor Borge was a great, I mean, he was a maestro, a great pianist and conductor. And he was famous for his jokes that he did while he was playing the piano. And
I'm like him. I don't think I play piano.
no, one of his jokes was he stood up that three things I forget, three things that I always forget. Then he makes the pause, four things that I always forget. So you're like that. You're like that. That's third thing that you forget that made you smile. You always forget. You keep forgetting it.
So when I was little, obviously, you know, your parents or your grandparents, they are always nice to you, and they tell you nice things and whatever, how smart you are and how clever you are and how, I don't know. And my granddad was saying, I'm so smart that I know everything. And I said, and I corrected him, I don't know everything. I just don't forget anything. But that is not really true anymore. But I was very smart when I was a kid. Then I realized there's a difference between knowing everything, just out of the box as you come out of the womb, versus just not forgetting anything that you have heard. So when he said I'm smart, he was right.
Okay, cool. You know, by those wording, there are a lot of things that sound really smart, like this difference between men and boys is the price of the toys, or there is nothing left in my right side of brain and there's nothing right in my left side of brain. This sort of.
Wow. Obviously, you are smarter than me. I am.
And I do love to speak in the end of the week, something like that. I'm not working hard. I'm hardly working.
Yes. Let's hope not everyone from the company listens to this little information that you've just given away. I mean, as opposed to Boris, I work very hard. Even now, whilst I'm talking, I'm still actually writing code and all those things. So yeah, just
Yeah,
Just
of
so that
course.
everyone knows.
With your left foot, you do that.
My left foot, yeah, and my left brain.
And what left of your left
What's
brain
left of
is
it?
like-
What's left of it? Yeah. But
Okay.
what made you smile, Boris?
Several things, a lot of things,
Oh
as
yeah!
a matter
Wow!
of
Wow!
fact. Yeah,
That is
but
strange.
one of the most wonderful things was I saw the video that my wife sent to me as my kid was reading the poem, so which he memorized, and it sounded so perfect that
Hmm.
I was smiling like I don't know, like an old frog because because of the
Oh, the
size
big,
of the
yeah.
smile, and the tears were running out of my from my eyes. It was so, this moment. It really made me smile a lot.
That's nice.
So, and I would say that it actually covered everything
Hmm.
besides. So yeah, it's an interesting
Actually,
experience.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like as well, me. Now that I'm home, I've got my two nieces, and when I
Hmm.
saw them, so actually when I got home, I thought I didn't think I'm going to make it, but I did, and because they bought in a car. One of them is a kind of in a children's car. The other is the older one. She's 14, and she's in a car which is like for older, so like that adults and everything. So that's the next level car, and that's it. And they had like a year closing or end year show, and I didn't think I'm gonna make it, but I literally just made it, and I could just get home, pick up my parents, go back to this like little venue where this was held, and I saw them. It was also so nice to see them singing, and then just see them again, and because they are at that age of like 10 and 14, where especially the 10 years old. I saw them in August, and this is December, and this is what 5 months. Like she's like longer, like she's like taller, and like it's like, but like noticeably different, and like she's like blooming also into this teenage girl, and yeah, so that's awesome. So actually, that wasn't the one that I've forgotten, but this is also something that it's always nice to see your family, and especially when it's kids.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't cherish for some reason we do not cherish those moments that we're spending with our family. We just think that it just it will be the same tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, after 1 week, after 1 year, because even though we all know that we are mortals, at some point we're going to die or something like that, or something like that. We all are going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But you keep our brain somehow keeps us away from this information, although we
Mm,
do understand it consciously, but we keep on believing that tomorrow will be the same, yet another day that we can spend with our close ones, with our relatives, mom, dads, whatever. And when this inevitable things happens, we start to be, you know, closing our eyes and cry that, oh, I didn't say the final goodbyes.
mm,
Oh, that Thursday that I could meet him. I didn't do that because I was busy with some bullshit, and I didn't take my last chance to see that person. This sort of
mhm.
things. And the same with kids. I can tell by by the example of my kid. I remember him being on my hand, like this little
This little thing, yeah.
this little piece of human body, and now he's almost as tall as this, and he speaks and he understands, and I can play with him, I can talk to him. He loves me, and it's completely different. And the same with you. You just said that
I also love
several
you.
months.
What?
Of course you do love me, but several months ago you saw your nieces and they were, short, short little kids, and now suddenly,
Mm,
few months later, you find them to be going into the teenage years, and just imagine 2, 3 years from now. Oh my God,
mm. Yeah.
And remember when you just came to Tallinn from South Africa, you were not that white with your beard. Now you're turning into the proper Santa Claus.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
But
have
before,
this picture of when I arrived. I took, you take a picture for registration for whatever for the
Mhm.
office, and then we had to retake a picture again, only a year after. And then during that year, I was, yeah, during that year, I went from this. I actually don't know what is my hair color. Is my hair color brown or like dark brunette or what is? I don't know. But
every
from
time when
that
I
color,
look at you, I'm colorblind.
so
I just see one big spot.
you just see like a big like a I don't know what, something beautiful probably. But within that year, I went from this let's say kind of light brown literally to almost white beard. So yeah, that was a rough year. But yeah.
But you will be an amazing Santa Claus. You have all the attributes,
Thank you
all
very
the
much. I'm
assets.
trying to get rid of some of those attributes.
I will personally bring you some milk and cookies.
Nice.
So next time when I see you, you have to tell me ho ho ho.
I will tell you, you are a ho ho ho.
No, you're don't rephrase the words that I'm saying.
I did not. Those are valid, legit words.
They are.
But okay, I do have follow-up questions, but like go through other things because I know there are other things that made you smile, and you said there are many things that made you smile.
No, I think this one just covered it. Shades everything
Okay,
that I
okay,
had
fair enough.
because that was. I can tell you one thing. This last part of the year, this last few weeks, it has been. I can't tell it was rough, but it was kind of tiring, and this expectancy of let the year end and something new start. It, I we all do understand that these are just numbers. It has nothing to do with the reality because nothing will be changed on the 1st of January. It will still be the same. But kind of this click, this beginning of new.
It is there in the air. It's just everyone knows it and feels it, and because I guess it's a collective experience of. Well, I guess, yeah, of the whole humankind. I think it is okay. I know there are Chinese have a different New Year, and so there's large portion of the Earth population is not doing it the same time, but they still have a time when there is New Year. So this experience of New Year of new beginnings, and that is a shared experience, I guess, across humans. Yeah, and even though you said this is numbers, yes, we have assigned numbers and months and names of months and whatever, but it is a natural cycle. I mean, the Earth is derived from Earth rotating around the sun, so the cycle.
It is.
The cyclic thing is there. It just didn't have a name. So I think even before we had okay, put it this way, the animals know it. Even if they don't have names, because we spoke about this. They grow winter fur. Some go to hibernation and all this kind of stuff, winter sleep or whatever. So, but yeah, it doesn't take away from from what you said. But it is actually very normal. But it is nice, and it is it's the expectation of now you have a chance again to fuck it up.
For me, now the next milestone will be on the 1st of March when my heart will start to raise because the spring official calendar,
yes, spring is the best.
Spring is there. And
amazing.
I'm like, I have survived this winter. I'm like Jon Snow, brace yourself, winter is coming.
I just thought of it now. So I know that winter doesn't. You and winter don't like each other. You say you are not depressed, but you are lacking energy and this dark and the snow and whatever. True. And I know I've always been teasing you that you are just bitching and whining, little fucking.
You are just
whatever.
a cheerful bitch, I know, yes.
But that's the thing. This past winter, I'm not that cheerful bitch anymore, and I wonder if this is the first time when this winter gets to me. And now I'm home, and I'm actually kind of feeling much more of my usual cheerful self. And now I don't know if this is because, I'm with family and whatever, or actually this weather has got something to do with it. I mean, the only difference here is that we don't have snow. It still goes dark, not as early as in Tallinn, and the sun comes up, or the kind of the lightness comes up a little bit earlier than in Tallinn, so the days are longer here. But I wonder if it is the family, if it is the expectation of, it's almost Christmas, I've got only tomorrow to work this year and all those kind of things, or actually now I'm also impacted by this winter, I don't know, mood swings or not. It's we'll see next year, I guess. We'll see when I go back to Tallinn.
Yeah, I'm surely will. So you were trying to ask me something.
Yes. So yeah, it's a big question. Big question.
The answer
Do you
is
think
no.
it is worth bringing kids to this world now? And not just because a lot of people like that. It's a rising trend that like there's even a that people think it's not. It's a different how people have their careers. Like they have kids later. There's also even it's in Wikipedia. It's there's this acronym called DINK. I don't know if I actually told you this before, but I'll just explain what it is. It is this acronym saying double income, no kids. So basically, it's two adults who have good salaries and they just spend it on themselves. There's no, they don't need to like waste it on a kid or whatever. It's just like them, they live the life and that's it.
To answer to your question shortly, yes, there is a reason. Because if we are going to stop, just imagine for 10 solid years, people will stop reproducing. So in the time span of 20 years, or maybe 40 years, there will be a gap of working force. that's
Working force is a result of the modern society of the last 2, 3, 4, 5,000 years.
Yeah, but talking about those people who decide to be child-free, I do not blame them, and this is totally up to them what they want to do with their life, because it is important to understand that currently there are 8 billion people on this planet, and we are still reproducing. And at some point, I don't know, really, numbers is not my strongest point, as the rest of the points that are not stronger in me. So the population is increasing. How are we going to feed those starving mouths? I don't know, because even now we are in a deep crisis. And yes, everything that surrounds us is a very big game, because it's not natural. It's everything that human society has invented in order to to live and to be together and to evolve as the species and everything. But this is one big game, because technically speaking, it's all about the money, and let's just decide that we take away the money. Everybody is equal. Just in one instance, because we can do that. This is our invention. It's not a nature invention. It will be a chaos, a huge chaos, because people will not be able to understand what to do with their lives, how to proceed further. That's why a lot of people are tending to find leadership. The same with the kids. You are earning X amount of money. You know that you love to travel, you love to eat good food, you love to, I don't know, you love to fuck a lot. And you don't want to have any boundaries. Kids are responsibilities. You can be irresponsible parent, but would you like to be an irresponsible parent? I mean, in our head, mostly, I think 99% of people are trying to position themselves as the responsible people. And now just imagine another mouth to feed. Would you be able to do that? Would you be able to get rid of your ideas about how to live?
Are you asking me, or are you posing general questions to people who face this?
No, I'm not. It's mostly like logical thinking or trying to explain unexplainable. It is okay to be childless. It is okay to be different sexual orientation. It is okay to be alcoholic. It is okay to be junkie addict. It is okay. I mean, it is bad, but it's okay. It's your choice. In the end of the day, Europeans, if you will pay a closer attention, they are the ones that are actually becoming child-free because they just understand how they want to live their life, not by the rule, but the way how they want to do that. And if we will, without naming, say that there are certain amount of people in this world who have different views and less income, they tend to make more, produce more people in the world.
I mean, even 1-2 generations from my parents, my mom, it's 8 of them, brothers and sisters, and my father was 5 of them, brothers and sisters. So from those ages, it was normal.
It
was a normal to much more normal. I don't know if everyone had like this many, but back then it's like the kind of the child mortality or the kind of the survival rate of like someone is born and the more we go back in time, the higher that the rate is. So you have to have offsprings enough so that some will actually make it through. And it's not because of like code calculation. This is just instincts, and this is how it works. Plus, I actually, to be honest, don't know what was the contraception as we go back in time. So it's another thing, you know. So as I said, people want to fuck, but like if you fuck, there's a result. I mean, it's
it is okay in the society when we're talking about nature, like let's say wolves reproduce. And them trying to make as much as possible, or maybe not wolves, but maybe those rats, for instance.
Lions, whatever, even in Africa,
whatever. They're trying to reproduce as much as they can in order to for the offsprings. Some of them will die inevitably, but someone will make it through. Someone maybe even be an alpha male or a great mother, whatever. But human society has been evolving in a different way, so we are taking care. Our medicine level is so high that we're taking care of those people who in the ordinary like wild nature will not be able to survive.
Exactly. That is the thing.
For instance, very simple thing, dentists.
I love dentists.
Yes, everybody does. But just imagine you are losing all of your teeth. How we will be able to hunt, how we will be able to chew, and how we will be able to survive in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Our teeth, it's crazy. They are extremely strong, and at the same time, they are very weak spots in our body. To lose one teeth is crazy. To lose all of the teeth, it's to sign up your end of you. Our society has invented possibilities and ways how to make your teeth back. Not the teeth, but prosthetics.
Yeah, giving gives you back the functionality of whether it's
Exactly.
real teeth,
So,
whether it's not, or
yeah.
it's fixed teeth. Yeah.
When the horse is breaking its leg, usually it has to be put down. When the human breaks the leg, he just need to spend a month at home, and that's all. And he's heading back to work. Cancer, diabetes, all this sort of things. I mean, those poor people with incurable diseases, kids with children with defects. It's a very devastating part of our
What do you think
life.
of euthanasia?
I am absolutely yes about the
Yeah, me too.
euthanasia. I don't think that we should be euthanasia. First of all, this is not a killing. This is an act of mercy. When our pet, dog, cat, whatever, is dying or is uncurable, in order we can prolong their lives with the meds, but we know that the end is near. Instead of prolonging their miserable life, we just say goodbye. We cry a lot, but we put them down. And we, as the human beings, I believe we should give us this possibility to die in peace without suffer, because all the things that made us suffer, they are they're filled with pain. They're overfilled with pain. So, and I'm talking about the physical conditions, because mental conditions, it's completely different story. But I'm up for the euthanasia.
Yeah, me too. For the same reasons. I mean.
Yeah, and truth to be told, if something like that would happen to me, I would be searching for the possibility to end my life, because I mean there is no even a single person in this who has been on this planet has not escaped death. So it's inevitable.
I wonder
would you be rather like to be remembered as the wonderful, cheerful, very strong, wise, interesting person, or you would be remembered as the slowly dying, rotting piece of?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I agree. It's the
well,
first, or they still need to work a lot so that people remember me as such. But yeah,
I can put a note on the post-it, stick it somewhere.
I actually wonder. I mean, I agree, dude. I think euthanasia is. It is, yeah. It's you put it well. It's a kind of an act of mercy, but I wonder if it will. I don't know how many countries. Not too many countries allow it yet, but I think this number is growing. But I wonder it will be ever get to a point where someone can just say, I think I lived enough. I just kind of want to end it.
And this actually happened several years ago. There was a very elderly man from Australia. He was around 100 something, 104, 109. I really don't remember, but I can look up with it. And there was an interview with him, and he actually committed the suicide by euthanasia. He has been euthanized because he was tired of living. And the reason was absolutely everyone that he knew, even his kids and grandkids, they already passed away. He was alone.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, that is also another good reason, but it's like more like almost like it was a Black Mirror episode where like,
yeah.
but like what I'm talking about is like you, Boris, now you can decide, actually, fuck it, I have had enough. Tomorrow I just want to. And it's like as easy as to order a pizza.
No, this is okay. This probably not an edge case, but it is an edge case in our conversation. And I'm telling you, this sort of things should not be taken into the consideration at all, because mental issues.
It's not necessarily mental issues. I didn't say it's mental issues. I'm saying, what would the world look like if having access to euthanasia and just like saying, okay, I've had enough, I want to quit, is just like easy. And it's not very, is it? I don't know. I don't know that. I know of it, and that's why I said it's like it could be. I wonder if someone actually played with this idea and created a Black Mirror episode. What would such a world look like? What is it? Futurama? Do they have this kind of thing? Or
you see, that's
because I'm just interested what people think.
The downside of it will be that people might get drunk. If that would be as easy as to go and order pizza, people might get drunk, and it could be a challenge. Go and kill yourself. You are drunk.
Why can't it happen now? In America, you can have guns, you can be stupid.
Yeah, but we're talking about euthanasia. Euthanasia is an act of mercy, and if it is just a legalized suicide, then it's a completely different thing. Euthanasia is more about you are ill. You are ill, and there are no cure. And
no, I know. But it's also it is that, but it is also saying that like the choice is yours when you leave.
The choice is yours, but I would say it shouldn't be as easy to get as pizza. It still should go through, I don't know, commissions,
consultation, and whatever.
Consultation, yeah. There should be sort of a prescription that yes, you are I mean, if you are an alcoholic and you have a liver disease, but overall you are looking great and you are failing, your liver is failing, you will never get the my God, transplant. Yes, you will never get it because you're an alcoholic.
What I mean, is this a rule? So like, if you're an alcoholic,
it is a rule. So
it is a rule because you would destroy it, or it's just like it's impossible because
your habits will not be changed, and this believer might be I'd better use at the person who is healthy. So drug addicts, the suiciders, drunkies. I mean those idiots.
People who are like basically acting responsible, and it is their own fault that this thing is. Yeah. And I'm not even saying that I think it's a good idea. It just really like I just would like to read a sci-fi book where someone who is smarter than me and can think this through could describe a world and because if it's freely available or like easily available, maybe half of the population would get rid of itself, and then we would be in a world where it's like less strain put on Earth, different societies could form. So again, I'm not trying to argue for it. It just I really wish someone had took this as an idea, someone smart, and wrote a sci-fi and just kind of looked at it from every point. It's just an interesting it's an interesting thing that thought experiment,
Also, there are these ones who are trying to live forever, and they have freeze them in the cryo.
That I would like to do. Actually, I want to look into where is the technology. Even if it's like that, at the end of the day, even if it doesn't go anywhere, the worst thing can happen that you just died the way like you would have died anyway. So I put all my savings into this cryo whatever, and if I don't get resurrected or whatever, then I just died like I would have died anyway. And when I go, if I put all my money on this, I don't care, So because I really, what I want to see, if I had a time machine, I wouldn't go back and see the I don't know, meet Jesus, or I don't know. I want to go to the future, 100 years, 1,000 years, and just see where we are, where humanity is. So therefore, to me, like if this cryo thing was really a thing, or actually maybe we will get to a point where you can. It's also like a common sci-fi topic where you can upload, your consciousness to some machine or whatever, and
That's
so
probably very, very plausible in the nearest future when your conscience could be transferred, because
that'd be
this is
interesting. Yeah.
this is just an amount of neurons, the ones and zeros, and it's a
Well,
data.
that is the thing. I also kind of think it is, but then there will be people who you will talk to, and soul and whatever, and there is something to it. So it's
At the same time, I remember some of the astrophysicists has been talking that that actually it is plausible to have a time machine that goes back than to the future. So to the future, it is impossible because this hasn't been yet. It hasn't happened yet. So I mean, there are formulas and there are, so future, no. Back in the
interesting.
history,
Could be. I mean, what what do we know? What the fuck? But I'm just. That's why I also want to live long, even with like the doing all the reasonable kind of efforts, and not like I'm the example of health or whatever. But I really would like to live to like, I don't know, at least 100 or whatever or more. Again, I just want to see what the hell is happening. And I think nowadays things are happening so fast, we might actually see some kind of outcome of like, okay, now we are fucked.
yeah.
The good things we don't fix. The good thing is like good, but if something goes bad, then we can see it quick. I don't know. And that's why, like, Mayo, I didn't even realize, but we are going back to the beginning of the conversation. Is like, is it worth bringing kids to the world? And I also think it is. I just don't have my own. But it's still, it's like, that is what life is about. And you're right. It's not about not like it's a responsibility for every single individual to procreate and have offsprings. But that's what life does, and we are life. Whether we are taking a shape of a human or a dog or a bacteria or like some single cell whatever, what life does is that it recreates itself and it just lives. And no matter how shit it is, it still just has to be done because there's no other way.
Probably I do agree with you, but we'll see what future brings.
Mm. I remember this was meant to be like some upbeat Christmas episode, right?
Well, we had Christmas and gizmos already, so we are ahead of our time.
We are ahead of time. So that's done. The happy topics are over.
And by the way, from this episode, YouTube is available for everyone.
And not only YouTube, everything: Spotify, Google Podcast, OnlyFans. Hopefully, Boris will do that today. And
I don't even know the address.
But yeah. So I mean, again, obviously, if someone listens to this who is not a person who we directly gave links, that means yes, you are listening on
with the pointed gun
distribution channels
over to the head.
with the pointing. Because Boris did a good job and then put it up in these YouTubes and did the video. I registered everywhere in distribution. So yeah, exciting times.
Very exciting times. Thank you, Thomas. It was amazing.
Thank you, Boris. Let's see how it is with this our way of recording as we did.
Yes, and see you sometime in the future.
In the future.
Cheers.
Boris. Bye.